On the surveillance footage, employee Jake poured a glass of beer and walked straight into the refrigerator. The scene left boss Bob completely stunned, but what was even more shocking was that 10 minutes later, when Jake walked out of the refrigerator, the glass in his hand was completely empty. What on earth was going on? Boss Bob owned a popular pizza restaurant, but recently the store had been receiving constant complaints, and revenue had plummeted suddenly. To uncover the truth, the boss and investigator Charles sat together in the monitoring room, watching every corner closely. The boss told Charles he had long suspected employee Bob of acting suspiciously. Sure enough, the surveillance footage showed Bob was in the kitchen, playing on his phone without a care. What made the boss furious was that when a customer placed an order, Bob answered a phone call right in front of them, completely ignoring the customer, making the customer extremely angry. He didn't care about the customers at all. This pushed the boss to the peak of anger. He said he had suspected Bob all along, because Bob must be the real cause of the store's declining sales. But Charles said they needed to observe quietly a bit longer. After taking the order, Bob went to the counter to work normally, but just then, the camera captured an astonishing scene. Bob poured a can of beer and walked into the cold storage refrigerator. He stayed inside for a full 10 minutes before coming out, with the glass completely empty. There were no cameras inside the refrigerator, so the boss and the team had no idea what he had done in there. Even stranger, a little while later, Bob brought a mysterious stranger into the refrigerator. In just 3 minutes, the two of them secretly took a gas cylinder from the kitchen. At this point in the monitoring room, John immediately spoke through the earpiece, telling the undercover agent inside the restaurant to hurry to the back door to block Bob and the stranger. The boss was so angry, he rushed straight out of the monitoring room and headed quickly for the restaurant. He took Bob to the monitoring room on the spot, but Bob walked in with a big smile on his face, as if something good had happened. Only when he saw the surveillance footage did he start making desperate excuses, trying to talk his way out. The boss angrily demanded why he had done this. Bob acted innocent, saying everything was normal. He wasn't stealing, he had just called his friend to come and replace the gas cylinder. But just then, team member John exposed his lie directly. The surveillance evidence was solid and undeniable. This frame-up conspiracy, hidden behind the refrigerator door, was finally exposed. The boss announced loudly that Bob was suspended immediately and would face serious punishment.